So I just started watching this new show on Apple TV. Well, it's not new. It's new to me, right? Called Foundation, based on some sci-fi novels of Isaac Asimov. I'm only a few episodes in so far. Really good. But anyway, this isn't really a spoiler because it's like the first scene of the show. The show begins, you see this like obelisk on a wasteland kind of planet. And then you see it's on a hill and there's all these little flags in the ground below it on this hill. And then you see some kids and they've got flags in their hands and they're like, I'm gonna go first. No, you go first. No, you go first. And the kids are trying to approach the obelisk. And as you get close to the obelisk, we find out it projects this like psychic wah, 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 wah. If you get too close, you pass out. So it's a tradition among these peoples. It's like a challenge to see who can plant their flag closest to the obelisk. And when I saw that, I was like, I would love to steal that for a D&D campaign. Because, you know, the weird obelisk shows up on the edge of town is a great plot all by itself, right? So in Foundation, this obelisk has been there for hundreds of years and everybody just kind of ignores it now. It's just kind of like part of the scenery. So what if your players stroll into a town or they hear about the next town over where there's some kind of weird festival going on around this obelisk, where they play games like maybe they could play some kind of ball game where they bounce a ball off the field of the obelisk to try to hit it into a net. You know, you could do all kinds of stuff. Like, it's a great way to hook people into whatever your plot device is. In this case, it's an obelisk. And so they're in a town. These kids are talking about how they're saving their money so they can go do the obelisk challenge in the town, you know, the next town over. And that's a way to bring out the information to the player. So I don't know. I saw that and I thought, this is fantastic. I'm definitely going to steal this.
And I love the idea of thinking about world building in that way. Yeah, you know, so when you take the fantastical and the weird and you do all this, you know, fantasy stuff, but then you reinterpret it through the view of the average citizen, like the average person living in this world, they don't know why this thing is here. They don't know, you know, that there's other planes of existence out there.
Your culture's traditions don't seem weird to you, but they seem weird to everyone else.
Little details like that, like what are the kids doing, right? What's the stupid kids game? Just makes the world feel so lived in.
How brave am I? Can I get close to this thing? You know, are there like sacrifices made to it to try to appease Orcus or some, you know, whatever they believe is behind this?
Yeah, that's a fun thing to think about is the teenagers, because teenagers are going to look for ways to get into trouble. So how are teenagers getting in trouble in your town or your part of the campaign world? There's probably a good plot hook there, because whatever they're getting into is probably dangerous and a bad idea and something that should be handled by adventurers instead.